Good morning, Divisions 1 and 2. This is your third English lesson from your third English unit. And today we're going to be talking about another figure of speech as promised. Today we're going to talk about one called hyperbole. So hyperbole is one that you guys will all understand because you use them regularly. It's a deliberate exaggeration. But not only is it a deliberate exaggeration, it's something that is so exaggerated that it's completely impossible. It couldn't happen. So for those of you guys taking notes, here you go. So a lot of you guys will deliberately exaggerate, but it's something that's possible. So that's not a hyperbole. A hyperbole is something so exaggerated it couldn't happen for real. A very, very common one is, oh, I'm so hungry, I could eat a horse. Or an expression similar to that is when you hear quite often. So you guys can take note of that. That's a very common hyperbole. The reason why that is a hyperbole is because if you think of the size of a horse or a cow or a moose, it's enough meat to last a family of 4 a year. So there's no way one person is going to eat that in one sitting. It's just impossible. It wouldn't happen. So that is hyperbole. Now, if you're saying, oh, I'm so hungry I could eat a 10-ounce steak, well, that's just an exaggeration. It's not a hyperbole because you could actually do that. It's quite a big meal, and most of you probably wouldn't want to do that, but it is possible. So that's not hyperbole. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. That is hyperbole. Alrighty, so this assignment's going to be a little longer than the last few, and it's going to have 2 parts to it. So here's what you're going to do. I'm going to hold this up. You guys can take notes for those of you that are taking notes. You want to press the pause button. There you are. All right, so for the first part, you were going to find and explain at least 3 commonly used hyperbole. So these are ones that you hear in everyday life. Things like, oh, I'm so hungry, I could eat a horse. So you're going to take note of it, and you're going to explain why it's a hyperbole and not just a typical day-to-day exaggeration. Remember that a hyperbole has to be something impossible. Second part is you're going to create one of your own. And you're going to use the theme of COVID-19 or being in quarantine or using social isolation. You can have fun with this. You can be silly with this. That's the whole point of hyperbole, is it's kind of silly. However, make sure you're being kind. Make sure you're being appropriate. If you wouldn't say it in front of your grandmother, don't say it in front of Mrs. Barnes. You know the deal. Alrighty, so you guys can have that done by, let's say, Thursday. I'm going to start adding your due dates in now, just because it seems like just about everybody is connected. There's only a few of you I haven't heard from yet, so we can start getting a little bit more strict with the timelines. Anyway, have fun with your hyperbole. I'll hear from you all later. Bye-bye.